small, was singing to whom they were in thrall. They couldn't forget Carcosa, the black stars in the sky, where twin suns linked in men's shadows as they pass on by. Their teeth did they gnash, their voices did they bellow, and their sanity melted away, all before the king in yellow.
Alrighty. Why don't you guys tell me what you remember from last session?
That's a good question.
Was Ryan even here last session?
I don't think I was.
Tell me what you remember.
I'm not.
Yeah, Ryan.
The last thing I have is session 7. It's going to shit. Let's see.
I gotta start using your titles and not mine for these YouTube videos. Holy moly.
Holy moly. The last session that I have notes on, I don't know if I just didn't take notes or if I wasn't here, was we bought explosives from the Somalian. We had an agent named Vega that was taken by an orderly.
What the fuck?
I feel like we had a session between here and then.
Bro, last session was session 13, my guy.
that's from I think session like 9.
Okay, hold on. I have a new tab here. Session 2 investigations.
Yeah, that's probably the one.
Let's see.
I don't think you were here last time.
Oh shit!
Ryan.
Wait.
You know what happened the last session that you were in.
I fucking failed a push roll. Kyle died.
That's right.
Yeah, okay, hold on. Actually, that would be an apt title name for this session, this last session as well. It's all going to shit.
You just call it "There's guns in my mouth."
Yeah, but in contrast to your mishaps, Kendra's been fucking going crazy.
Yeah.
She has been. She was like chased by someone, almost ambushed at the airport, but she escaped it with Malachi.
Yes. It's all coming back to me.
Yeah.
I renamed it "There Goes Jack's Career." last session.
And yeah, Harold was also failed the push roll, and basically it ended up with him running into exactly the person he needed to, but they were like a quicker draw than him, and he was basically overrun by these two guys with guns. His pistol was taken by one of the men in this like strange like place that seems like it's a U-Haul, but it doesn't have any of the branding on the building. And we ended with him sort of being held at gunpoint. And yeah, so this is going to be session 5 of the 20-year time skip. I was telling Caleb before we started, like, this has definitely been more sessions than I expected, but that's not a bad thing. I have really been interested in, like, the choices you guys have been making, and I think it's cool to see you guys already role-playing your characters, even though we haven't, like, properly started Chapter 2. But this is going to be the last one. So I'm going to see if I can wrap up all these...
I promised this time.
Yeah.
I really promised this time.
But I think we're going to be able to wrap everything up and get to some other things too, I think. So yeah, we start with Kendra. We see a gray, rain-soaked apartment building. It's late at night, and Kendra is still up. She has been having trouble sleeping ever since they were nearly ambushed at the airport, and maybe she's just like quietly coding or doing some research. And her phone buzzes.
Ho-ho. Does she recognize the number at all?
Yeah, it's a contact that says, Alexander Oconus secure.
Excuse me?
The person who sent you on this mission
Oh,
was
okay,
General
okay.
Alexander, so it seems familiar to you.
Okay. Alright, pick it up.
You pick it up and you hear a voice that sounds cold and measured, but not unfriendly. He says, Kendra, you're not compromised, are you?
Believe me when I say this, General. They tried. But no, I'm not compromised. Had to set up shop somewhere else. Our, contact in the bank apparently wasn't a contact at all.
I figured as much from your SIGINT report. So did a lot of folks who don't officially exist. We're calling you, Kendra, to Camp Humphreys. Your presence is required for a debrief. We've got an airframe standing by at Osan, and wheels are up in 90. You and Malachi are going to be in processing under a Tier 1 flag.
So where is he trying to send us?
To Camp Humphreys. It's a military base that's close to Seoul.
Okay.
And the general hangs up, and Malachi sort of turns over in his sleep. He's like wiping his eyes, and he's like, who is that?
It was Okonos. He's calling us back.
Oh, shit. What, is it over now?
No. I think we can take a little longer. Getting there. I just wanted to follow up on a few things before we headed out.
Okay, so Malachi is going to start packing up. The general did say wheels up in 90. So you could potentially ignore that, but that was the directive that he gave you, just so you're aware.
I mean... What does he mean, wheels up in 90? Like someone's coming to pick us up in 90?
Yeah.
Like, how does he have our location? From our, like, check-ins and stuff?
Give me a computer science roll.
Alrighty. That is a success.
You're definitely surprised that he knows where you are.
Seems like a test in more ways than one. Huh. Well, I got 90 minutes to look into anything, I guess.
Yeah, do you
All right.
want me to help you with anything before we go?
I mean, I was looking into, what is it? Is it Rai Youngchul?
Yeah,
Ri?
Rai is the sister.
Found something interesting with Ryung Chul, Kai's sister.
Oh yeah? What'd you find?
It's strange. I know you didn't notice the fucker following us at the airport, but he was wearing a rather distinctive pair of sunglasses,
Huh.
and I was just trying to look into any of this news about Kai and his disappeared sister, and found this picture of Rai. Pull it up. It's like a picture of Rai wearing a pair of broken Ray-Bans that have kind of been like taped at the center.
He's looking at it and he's like, huh.
Exact same pair of sunglasses, I shit you not.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. Looks exactly like that pair that guy that we saw following us had. Okay. Do you want me to look into, like, the brand name, maybe? Try to find the specific make?
Less about that, I'm just more curious as to why this guy was wearing the same exact pair of sunglasses that Rai was wearing in the last picture taken of her before her disappearance. I feel like there's some sort of thread here somewhere. I know we don't have long, but if we can find any more details of Rai's disappearance, I think, even though we're getting called back and probably pulled off the case, at least give us something. Some modicum of closure to all of this. I feel like too much of it's related.
Well, if you ask me, you know, this is just my gut instinct. If they have the same glasses, I mean, maybe it's a kidnapping plot. Maybe this this Lazarus group working for North Korea, maybe the North Koreans kidnapped Rai, and this hacking job was a way to get some ransom money out of the bank. Maybe her kidnapper took her glasses, or vice versa. Maybe she was compromised in that picture.
Come on, a broken pair of sunglasses?
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand the significance, but I mean, there has to be some rational explanation for this.
Well, doubt we're gonna find much of anything, but help me out for about half an hour and we'll make the rest quick.
All right. He takes out his laptop and starts to go to work. What would you like him to look into?
I guess he has like some rationalized hunch already that it might be some kidnapping plot, so maybe see if he can find any wind of that.
Okay, he's gonna look into that. What would you like to look into?
I would like to look into if Rai had any... I know this would probably be pretty difficult, but if there were any strange things about Rai that might tie her to this Lazarus group, but in a more allied sort of way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can give me a computer science or a search.
Will there be a mechanical difference between the two?
Yes, there will be.
Go for search. That is a fumble, my friend.
Oh boy. So with the fumble, you become distracted because you notice that the NSA has somehow established a backdoor into your and Malachi's communications and your devices. So you figure that's how General Keith Alexander knew where you were. But this is like a level of coding that is so far beyond you that it's like catching a glimpse of something that's fleeting and being able to extrapolate a lot from that, but not understanding the whole picture. And you start to question why you were even sent over here.
Yeah, definitely having... Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, did he just send me here to see how I would act in like, this environment and not particularly to crack the case? Because he seems not to worried about it, right? Over the phone, he's like, alright, we're just wrapping it up.
Yeah, he did not seem concerned. A lot of things seem very strange about this. He started it off by saying, "What is your definition of success?" before he sent you here. And there are a lot of elements that just seem like they were maybe intended to be tests of some kind. But there's also a lot
Feels
that...
like a weird escape room, almost.
But there's also a lot that doesn't. Like, there's a lot that feels very much real. Like, it would be an insane level of, like, testing or false flagging to, like, fake this guy's death and potentially implicate this huge world banking leader in this. So it's very bizarre. And if they were testing you, why would they trust you with something of this, like, magnitude? So a lot does not make sense.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna be mulling over a lot of the details as she and Malachi pack up and are eventually picked up and sent off to Camp Humphreys.
Yeah, eventually a nondescript car shows up. There are two Army CID officers who don't speak a word to you. They just motion inside the car. And you both get in. And eventually they drive straight through, past the front gate, past the tarmac, directly to this, like, hallway in Camp Humphreys. Like, there are, like, exit doors that are open, and they start taking you in. It seems to be a hallway that leads to some sort of underground annex beneath the base, and the hallway you're in faintly smells of, like, antiseptic. There are no signs, just steel doors and keypads that they enter into to keep moving. And eventually you enter into a service tunnel that says sub-level D. And it's at this point that one of the CID officers starts to take Malachi away from you to down a different hallway. And
I mean, I feel like separate, like, debriefings would be somewhat common, maybe.
Yeah, he definitely looks nervous though. Up until this point, you guys have not had like a separate debrief. You know, it's like theoretically possible and maybe smart, but
Yeah.
this is like, you know, way above your pay grade what you're dealing with.
Can I like try to, other than them just being silent, can I try to get anything about these officers, like mannerisms? Are they being purely professional? Are they antsy, nervous at all? Like, is there like some tension in them or anything?
Yeah, give me a human roll.
All right, that is a success.
They are completely cool and non-emotional.
And just for I promise there's no ulterior motives to this at all. But like, what races are they?
You see, they both appear to be Caucasian American.
Okay. And again, no ulterior motives. That makes me a
Clip
little
that,
less
clip that.
suspicious. Just, I don't want to be. I want to make sure we don't have some like North Korean guys fucking staging some shit and they're gonna torture us or something.
Yeah, no, it seems very much like this is, you're at least dealing with folks that are from the same country as you. And Malachi looks very like nervously towards you, but he goes with the other CID officer. And you're probably walking for close to 20 minutes just underground. And you eventually reach, you just pass by dozens, if not hundreds, of empty rooms. All of them just have a single plastic folding table, 4 chairs, and a pot of stale coffee in each of these rooms. And eventually the CID officer takes you to one that has people in it. You see there are 3 people. One of them who's sitting in the middle appears to be a man in his mid-50s. He's very tall though, maybe like 6'5", but he's a slender figure. And he's dressed in like very formal attire with like a bow tie. And he has a pencil-thin mustache above his lips. And he sort of looks at you and he's just eating these like orange slices. He seems to have a badge on his shirt, but there's no agency like insignia and there's no name on it. And he's just like eating his orange slice. And he just motions for you to come in. The other 2 people behind him look to be like doctors of some kind, but they're in like medical coats. One appears to be like a Caucasian woman. The other appears to be an Asian man, both of like average height. And do you step inside?
I don't see why not.
He extends this like long arm towards you, and there's just this like bony hand that reaches out to shake your hand.
And he doesn't have like anything on him that would signify his rank, right?
No, he has a badge, but it almost looks like
a blank badge.
It's completely
almost.
blank with no name on it or signifier.
I guess she'll shake his hand, but she won't say anything.
He has a binder under one of his arms, and you see on this table, along with this pot of stale coffee, are a bunch of like insects that have been enclosed in like boxes, like you might see from like a collector.
What?
And he says, Kendra White. Hell of a handshake. The dead man's? Flawless grip. And he just starts laughing, but no one else in the room laughs with him.
How did the doctors react to that? Like, what's going on?
With your humans, they both seem to be terrified of something.
Are the doctors, does it seem like the doctors are accompanying him? Like they're watching over him? Because this guy comes off as a little crazy from the jump.
He does seem a little crazy. With your humans, they seem to be very nervous in anticipating what this man might do. But they appear to be, like, subservient to him in a weird way. And he's like, what you saw earlier, you weren't hallucinating. And that's the problem, you see. With Mr. Young Chol. And he looks at you expectantly, like he is expecting some kind of answer to this.
So what, another party set up a double? Try to get information out of us? Prevent us from doing our job?
No.
Although something doesn't sit right with me.
You are right to question this. You've seen something that bends cause and effect. So, today you're lucky. You get to join the liars. He puts down the binder, and it has like big blocky text on it, almost like comically big in like just basic Times New Roman font that says, information pathways, unauthorized access, Umbra level.
How much of this was known about beforehand? Because it seems like the very moment that we got to this place, we were already compromised. Was this by design?
No, not at all. We have intelligence analysts that will flag certain key phrases and items. That is what Umbra clearance means. It gives you total access, like we have. This is the Purple Emperor, by the way. And he points at this moth that's in the glass. It's a very rare insect.
So did he like push the binder to me for me to look at, or
Yeah, he's put it on the table and he's like pushed it towards you. And he says, we don't have pins or jackets, but we do have a retirement plan. It's no one retires. Again, the two people next to him don't laugh. They seem to be extremely nervous.
Well, there's got to be some other sort of benefit in that case.
There is. You get to learn the truth.
Kendra, like, noticeably, like, shifts her body posture to lean more towards this man. The truth. Truth about what?
He opens up the folder, and inside of it, there's a satellite image. Or maybe you're not sure if it's a satellite image, but it's definitely an overhead, like, thermal image of 3 people that seem to be seated at, like, a busy restaurant somewhere. And only 2 of the 3 people are giving off heat signatures.
So this is the restaurant where Kendra and Malachi met Kai Young-chul.
That's right.
The truth. And how do I get into this program?
Well, if you had refused, I would have had to have killed you. So you're already in. You've accepted. Congratulations.
Just definitely getting a little bit more on the energy level of the people accompanying this man. At this point. So, what do I do next?
And he takes this photo off the first level of the binder, and you see that below it there's like a half sheet that says clearance, eyes only, subject Kendra, and then last name redacted, and it says provisional agent candidate. That's you. You'll want to flip to the next page.
Her hand kind of fumbles with it, just slightly shaking from the nerves. Whether it's probably a combination of nervousness, fear, and excitement. And she manages to get a grip on the page and turn it.
Hell yeah. And as you turn the page, you just see like all of these dossiers on like concepts and like things that would seem crazy to the average person, but are what Delta Green deals with, the unnatural, and like the premise of this very game, the incursions that happen, trying to stop them, finding out the vectors for the unnatural, all that kind of stuff. And we'll cut from that moment of you just flipping through, seeing these strange and disturbing images. We'll cut to Jack, if you're here, Ryan.
Yep. Here.
So we left off with your investigation, unfortunately, not finding this guy. You guys have your guys sort of closed in on Kips Bay, actually on the McAllister building, which is where you unfortunately found that young girl. And where do we think we find Jack in like the year or so after this failure? He's probably been like deprioritized to a certain extent as an agent, maybe not given the most exciting work, but
yeah, I think he's still working his job. He is sort of just, you see him at his desk working through paperwork. He has like a scraggly 5 o'clock shadow now. He looks tired. Some of it is like not sleeping from experiencing some of the weird, unexplainable. He doesn't know if it's supernatural yet, chat, or like, the weird aspects of the case that happened. He doesn't mull them over too much. He's just sort of deflated for like the following year. I think that's one of the make or break it cases that would have made his career, and it flopped.
yeah, and maybe we see him. It's like a Saturday or a Sunday. It's like a weekend day, but maybe he's just like taking a walk somewhere. He's out and about in the city. And you get a text from Kelly Aponte. And she's like,
What does it say?
It just says coffee ?
Sure. I take it back. Sure. Same spot ?
She sends you an address from Google Maps.
It's respond back. Trying something new, aren't we? And then period. Be there 10 minutes.
She says, try something new? That's my apartment, dumbass. And you zoom in and it's like an apartment building.
Cooked your ass.
Yeah. He just says, oh. And be there 10 minutes. And then he double texts like, wait, am I bringing the coffee ?
She just sends you a picture of like coffee that she's making in her apartment. Like she has like a espresso machine. Okay. But yeah, you go there. Weirdly, this is a detail that you would not know in character, but out of character you would. This is the exact same apartment as Raina Whitwer 20 years ago.
Oh, yes.
But Jack doesn't know this, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah. But it seems like Kelly's living there now for some reason. And you get buzzed in. It's like this old brownstone type building. You walk up these dingy steps to the second floor. And she opens the door. She sort of has like her hair back in a bun. And she just gives you like a small cup of espresso. She's
what
like,
the hell is this?
Sit down, Jack. And she points over to her couch.
He says, at least buy me dinner first, and takes a sip of the espresso. He's like, oh my god, it's bitter. Where's don't you drink coffee anymore? This is espresso.
You hear another person laugh in this room to your joke. And you see there's just a guy in a business suit sitting on the other couch in her apartment.
Jack like downs the rest of the espresso, puts the coffee cup on the like coffee table and says, what's with the suit?
And you look behind you, and where the door was previously obscuring the kitchen, you see two guys making coffee.
Suits, plural.
Suits. Seem to be three guys in suits as well as Kelly in this apartment. And you just hadn't noticed them up until now.
What is this, intervention?
Something like that. Are you gonna sit or
I
stand?
sit down on the. No, I'm just. No, after that little exchange, I'll sort of relax on the couch.
You sit, and the two guys that are in the kitchen kind of do that thing where they put their hands on the back of the couch and they're sort of like leaning a little bit over. And so you kind of feel their presence behind you. And there's that other one sitting on the other couch, and Kelly sort of comes out in front of all of you and is like, well, look, you've been looking like a sad puppy dog these past 6 months, so I figured it was time you heard the truth.
The truth? About what? Is this referencing that case with the girl and the serial killer we couldn't find?
Yeah.
It's been 6 months. It's a bad case. You know, may have been my career maker or breaker, but we moved past it. What's this truth bullshit you're talking about?
Yeah. Did you ever ask yourself why the report seemed to vanish? Why your superiors all suddenly had other cases, and why the media suddenly seemed to drop this near invasion of Kips Bay that you led? That's cute.
I mean, news cycles, they just come and go. It's nothing special. I mean, superiors getting moved off case because of other cases happens with high profile things. Things get reprioritized, just like myself.
It's not that simple, Jack. They'd still be looking after this guy. And they're not. Why do you think that is? And at this point, she takes out a carton of cigarettes and she offers you one.
When do you smoke? And I sort of wave it away.
She smiles and lights a cigarette. It's because we caught Ellen Lamb, Jack. We already bagged him.
The fuck are you talking about? This isn't a joke, is it? I sort of look to the agents, like to my left and my right. What the fuck do you mean you caught Lamb? We didn't get him in the raid. Did you go out afterwards, or did you have another team sent out?
Something like that. Look, he's not in Otisville. He's not on any plane to Guantanamo. He's not anywhere you'll find on a map, Jack, or in a budget line. He's in a box. He's in a hole. He's being watched by people with very steady hands and very short life expectancies.
I don't know where you're leading. Get to the point.
Let me put it this way. If the world were as simple as courts and killers and justice, I'd be the admin, and you'd be home with a pension. But there are things out there, Jack, that don't give a damn about law, borders, or bodies. Things that bleed through, like patterns, like mold under wallpaper. And you saw one of those patterns. And you didn't flinch, which means you're either useful, and she looks to all the men, or dangerous,
Is she referring me not flinching to that reaction, or to what she just said?
She's implying you went through that entire case trying to find him despite knowing this was an unnatural way of like operating, and you still did your job.
Yeah.
So she's implying either you're useful or you're Dane. Yeah, you get it.
Yeah. Jack says, "Wow, Ponte, I didn't know you had such a way with words. Could you tell me what the fuck's going on now? Stop beating around the bush. I drank your nasty, bitter espresso, and I'm about to get gangbanged on a fucking casting couch. Tell me what's going on."
She like starts to walk back and forth as she's talking, and she laughs at that a little bit, and she's like, "Well, this is the part where I threaten to kill you unless you say yes."
Go on.
I'm just joking. You're free to leave, but if you ever mention this conversation outside a secured room, someone will file a report about the car accident that killed you last week.
Well, I'm free to leave, but not really, because I'll die anyway. Okay, yes, I got it. Some spooky shit's going on here. Are you inviting me to some special backroom club or something? I'm getting real impatient here. Probably because of the coffee. Not coffee, espresso.
Yeah, something like that. You ever heard of the Special Access Program, Jack? I don't know why I ask. You wouldn't have heard of it. But it's a government program that handles cases like Alan Lamb. And damn it, I hate to give you credit, but I think you're ready for some real casework this time. And she's handed a green folder by one of these like jacked dudes in a suit. And on the outside it says, clearance, eyes only, subject, Jack, and then your last name's redacted.
Did the big dude hand it to me, or did Aponte hand it to me?
He handed it to Aponte. Aponte hands it to you.
Look at this big broad motherfucker. You need a bigger suit. Take the file.
You open it up, and it has that same half sheet that just says provisional agent candidate.
What's this? Another file? I sort of flip through the pages. Is there anything that like Jack reads that's interesting?
There's a lot that's very interesting to you.
God.
You start to flip through, and like without getting into like too many specifics, there's like conspiracy theories that you thought were fake that are not only real but go beyond what you even thought was possible.
What year is this?
This is 2014.
Oh shit, is there 9/11 in here?
There's the King in Yellow. It was an inside job.
He winks at Aponte and says, that one was a joke. And keeps reading all the files. Of course, naturally, I accept, and I keep flipping through. I don't even say, like, make eye contact with her as I'm flipping through these.
Yeah, and we sort of end this scene. I'm just seeing these like very strange like photographs on each of the pages. Like part of this folder even seems like it's like a part of them. Some of the pages are like photocopies of like photos that are grainy but seem to depict like these strange like non-human entities, and the descriptions send chills to your bones. And there appear to be things talked about here, old things, strange things that govern outside of the conventions of space and time as humans understand them. And that's where we're going to leave Jack off for now.
Jack off. Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's where we're
you
going to
beat me
jack
to it.
off for now. uh,
That was
and
fun. I enjoyed that one.
we're gonna go to Harold. He's got 2 guns in his face. Such a different scene here. You see one of these guys appears to be in like a hoodie with like a red scarf, and he's just like fully obscured, but he has a gun up to your face. The other guy has a gun to your back. He's taken your pistol. He's like a overweight gentleman in like shorts and a heavily stained t-shirt with glasses. And the guy in front is like, well, he looks at him and he's like, what the fuck are you waiting for? Zip tie him. Zip tie him to the stall. And
Oh, really, guys? It's not. I won't tell nobody about this. I want nothing to do.
You're one of those postal men. I know you are. You're here to take my fucking package, man. I've seen you in my dreams.
I do not and have not ever worked for the post office.
And he looks at you. Evan, tie him up. And he's gonna go to zip tie you, unless you'd like to try to do something.
No, I have a feeling this guy might be incompetent enough to the point where I could break out of the tie.
Okay. This guy behind you, who seemingly his name is Evan, takes you, both your hands behind your back, like puts them over each other, both your hands, and starts to walk you into the bathroom. He takes you into the bathroom stall. It's like a men's room, and there's just like one stall. He pushes your shoulders down, which is like, it's painful at this age for you.
Hey, Evan, come on, man. I'm an old guy. Please be gentle. Be gentle, please.
I don't give a fuck, man. And he just pushes you down. And when you're seated, he wraps both your hands around like the metal part of the stall, the corner, and zip ties them to it. So you have like only a little bit of clearance before you hit the top of the stall, and you're otherwise sort of secured there.
Gotcha.
And the other guy, whose name you don't know, the guy in the mask, sort of stoops down to your level, and he has the gun in your face, and he's like, I know you delivered mail to that place in 1995. Don't fucking lie to me, man. I'll shoot you, and I'll shoot you dead. Were you in the McAllister building in August of 1995?
I was there, but I'm not a mailman. I swear to God.
You're just like my grandfather, all these secrets.
Your grandfather? What kind of secrets were you talking about?
He was one of the postal men, too.
Oh, really?
Thought he could pass it off as being a normal USPS worker, but I knew the truth. I knew the truth.
What was your grandfather's name?
I'm not stupid. I'm not going to tell you. I don't know who I can trust.
Well, are you trying to find out some more information about that building? Listen, I got no ties to no postmen. I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
And he leans a little bit closer, and he's like, What can you tell me?
Well, what do you want to know? What about the McAllister building? It's been destroyed for some years now. I'm surprised you even know about it.
You're funny. I
try.
I want to know about Wild. I want to know why he keeps talking to me in my dreams and how I can get it to stop. And that's why. And he takes out the road atlas that he stole from the green box, and he's like, that's why I've been looking at this. And he opens up a page, and he's like circled in red Sharpie this like random intersection on a portion of the New York highway going north. And he's like, I need you to confirm if this is where Wild is.
Can I make any check to see if I know who he's referring to?
Yeah, give me an intelligence check.
There you go.
Yeah, so you know that the character Mr. Wild was in the book Maud Goes to the Mass Ball.
Right.
And he supposedly stole Maud's voice so that she could enter the city in the story.
Okay. Oh, so you said Mr. Wild. Have you what's the name of the book again?
Maud Goes to the Masked Ball.
Maud Goes to the Masked Ball. Have you read Maud Goes to the Masked Ball?
How do you know about that book?
Like I said, I know all sorts of things.
Fuck.
But,
do you know how to get to the city? To the hotel?
Oh, man, I mean, to be completely honest with you, I thought it went up with that building.
No.
Well, have you checked out,
That was just a door.
Ah, gotcha. Well, perhaps, I've got a couple other books maybe you should check out. There's The Devil's Craftsman by Cave Monahan. We've got A Darkness at the Corners by Elizabeth Ortiz, and one last recommendation, Architecture, Genius, and Mental Illness by Dr. Peter Johansson. I think those could help lead you to the place you're trying to find. I mean, it seems like you've got a pretty good idea.
Are those about Darabandi?
Oh yeah, all of them.
And he takes a pen and he starts writing down on the map like these book names. And he once again sticks the gun in your face and he's like, look, man, I have to go, but you're gonna sit tight and you're gonna wait for me.
Oh, come on, didn't I help you out?
Don't disappear on me, man. I need you.
No, I mean, I'm not trying to cause you any problems, but listen, you can just hit me on my beeper and I'll get back to you. I'm a man of my word, I swear.
Your beeper, is that?
I got to know more about this stuff too. I mean, I thought this thing was over and done with. I didn't even know we were still going.
So that's how you communicate. You communicate with the beepers.
I mean, I never really got used to the cell phones these days. You know, when my grandkids, they love them, but I just can't. I can't do it. You know.
That makes so much sense to me. Why I couldn't find you. It's because you're off the grid.
Me? I mean, I'm just an old man. I'm not. What am I going to help you with?
You've already helped me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm happy to provide information, but I'm slow. My knees are pretty weak. I mean, I'm not going to be running away. Jeez, my back's going to be a nightmare if I'm stuck on this floor for too much longer.
The other guy comes in and is like, Thomas, we gotta go. And this guy who's kneeling down by you is like, he pats you on the head and he's like, sit tight, postal man.
Could I at least get a cushion or something?
I don't have a cushion for you. You're gonna sit tight until we come back, okay?
It doesn't look like I have a lot of other options.
Don't worry, we're gonna take you to the city real soon.
Oh god, I'd rather not.
And he shuts the stall door. And you hear them like talking for a bit out in this like main area. Would Harold like to try to escape, or are you gonna try to wait till they leave?
I think I would wait until I at least heard something leave it, like a door close or something like that.
Yeah, so you hear something strange. They seem to be talking and like arguing with each other for a bit. It seems like they're arguing about directions. Like they're arguing which interstate they should go on, because the atlas they're going off of is like 20 years old, and so they're trying to figure out what the current highway's like number is that they're trying to find. And they don't appear to be maybe the most sane people as well, so there's a lot of just like rambling and arguing and like different like facets of information that don't seem to do with anything they're trying to do that come into the argument, but they seem to know what each of them is talking about. And suddenly you just hear them stop talking, and one of them, you presumed Evan, is like, what the fuck was that? You hear the door open, and you just hear like 3 or 4 successive booms. Like, you hear like sounds of gunfire. You hear both of them shouting. You hear like them screaming at different intervals in between like various like gunshots. You hear bits of laughter from someone out in this area. And I'll have you give me a sanity check as you hear this like unfold.
Oh, come on. You know how many times I've heard people get killed in the room next to me? Come on.
It's true. Yeah, there's an argument that you can be adapted to helplessness, honestly, at this point.
Perfect. Happy to keep my head down while I hear bullets.
And it really starts to, I mean, even though it doesn't take away from your sanity, you're like desperately trying to get out of this zip tie now, because you figure like you could be next if there's some sort of gunfight going on. Until
so my hands are what? They're tied at the bottom of the bathroom, so like I'm on the floor basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you just hear it fall to silence
I just try to be as quiet as possible as to not attract any attention.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Not a chance.
Oh, a fumble too. Oh no. You stay as quiet as you possibly can after the sounds of carnage have stopped, and it's probably 10 minutes of silence. Almost enough where you're convinced that no one is here anymore. But you hear a noise at the door that sounds like a child singing. Just like, welcome to the night. And the doorknob to the bathroom starts to jiggle. What do you do?
Oh man, he wants to yell out, "Occupied!"
Occupied.
He thinks that's probably a bad idea. I think he would try to see if he could slip his frail hands out of these makeshift cuffs and try to like sit up on the seat so like his feet aren't visible if he can get out of the cuffs.
Okay, so you're gonna try to basically get like sort of like get the zip ties below the corner of the stall.
Yeah, I guess, or if I can just like, I don't know, break my pinky and pull them out. Seems like I won't get enough leverage to break it, but I got tiny old man hands. They're there's no muscles fold.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's brutal, but I mean, in this moment, I think he probably would end up doing that. Yeah, so you can either give me whatever one is highest for you. You can either give me dexterity or athletics to try to shimmy your way out.
Dex. Bing, 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 bing.
Oh,
bing,
nice.
Bing.
That's pretty good. Yeah, so you actually have to like break your pinky, and it's extremely painful, but once you've sort of got it in the correct position, you're able to like get up and like just barely squeeze out of this zip tie. Looking around, you see there's like a small sink. There's like one of those tiny windows in the corner that you could maybe squeeze out of if you were like really dexterous. And the doorknob is the doorknob is just jiggling. Like whatever's outside is trying to come in.
Yeah, if you think his hips would fit through, I think that's kind of the major player there. But he's always been a slender fellow, so I think he'd give that a shot.
Okay, so same thing. Dex. You can do a dex check or a athletics.
Dex, baby.
These are good rolls. Okay. You like hear the jiggling of the door and you like make it up on top of the sink. You're like shoving yourself out this like tiny window. You have to like push it out and like almost break it, and it opens, and you're making your way out, and you just hear like a child laughing behind the door, like a and just as you get out of the room, you see that the door opens. But now that you're out, you don't see what was behind the door. You just fall out onto like a patch of grass. You see in front of this U-Haul building, there's just like, it's almost like someone poured like buckets of blood. There's just like blood all over the front step. There's blood coating all the walls inside. But are you just going to try to run and make it to your car?
Yeah, I guess I would try to like go slowly around the building to see, because my car's out front, I assume. Like if there's another vehicle there, if I recognize the vehicle out front, if it's like in the bad spot for me to try to get to my car before I like just go sprinting out. Try to assess the situation, I guess.
Yeah, so the only other car you see in the parking lot is this like shitty like early 2000s U-Haul truck. Parts of like the corners have been like seemingly duct taped. It's kind of falling apart, and the back is open, and you just see like boxes of furniture that have been put inside. And
right.
and your car is sort of like maybe 10 spots down from it.
Checking my pocket for my keys before I go dashing anywhere. Don't want to fumble that at the car. Rather fumble that here.
You do have your keys. You just don't have your gun.
I know. I have a shotgun in my car, though.
You do.
So I'm going to get my key ready to go and book it to my car.
Okay. You make it up, and you just have this feeling of like dread that has overcome you. But you you make it inside. This isn't like the classic horror movie scene where you like fumble with the keys and you can't get like the thing on or whatever. You have it like ready and in hand, and you start your car. And is your intention just to like drive off as fast as possible?
I think I would like, because I'm trying to think, am I like parked facing it? Am I like on a street next to it?
Yeah, so this street you could go either way, and but to the right is like you could immediately go out to the highway.
I think I would drive the other way. Just whichever way is kind of like me going past the front of it to see if I see anything while I'm in a moving car.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, make an alertness roll as you're sort of driving past. Yeah, so all you see as you drive past is just like this place that was formerly covered in like cutout porn magazines is just covered in blood and viscera. It's like, it's not.
I'm glad I got out of there.
It's not like somebody shot up the place. It's like two bodies like exploded, and like that is what's inside. But it's just blood. There's no, from what you can see, like there's no like bodies or like, but you're also driving by pretty fast, so it's a blur to you. And you start to hear sirens coming in the distance to these gunshots. But yeah, you've successfully gotten away. Are you just gonna like take the highway back to out of the city?
Well, I guess where was I? I was supposed to be meeting. No, I was supposed to be checking on the crate, right?
Yeah, so you found out that they stole the road map from the crate, and he showed you that actually, but it seems like something happened to them.
What's the name of the building he had said? He changed Thomas his name to was name.
He mentioned the McAllister building, which is where the whole Abigail Wright case was.
But when he showed me the map, he was like, "Is this where it is?" And it was a different building.
No, he was pointing to the map. Oh, that was he was trying to find a rest stop along the highway, and he was like, "Is this where it is?" And you have no idea like what he was referring to.
Oh, okay. A rest stop on the highway, though.
Yeah, but I'll say, since you were like in a high tension situation, you could like potentially look up where that spot was. You remember it from the atlas, like it was a really specific rest stop along a highway that seemed to go north to northern New York and Montreal.
Yeah, I guess I would go wherever, either if I knew of a safe house around here for Delta Green, or I would try to find my way back just to home and report to whichever higher up all the info that I've found.
Okay. That's awesome. I love it because, like, Harold is such, like, the anti-horror movie character where he's just like, nope, like, fuck this, I'm leaving, I'm running away, I'm getting out. And he always survives, dude. He's a survivor.
Oh, God. He can survive the goddamn war as a POW. He can survive this.
As a POW. So that's great. That is, like, yeah, that's gonna sort of take us into the next phase of this, which is the final phase. So we're gonna zoom back out here. You guys have each had like a case that has, in one way or another, brought you into Delta Green's purview in very different and interesting ways, I think. So as we get close to 2015, I'll just have you each tell me what you're doing. I'm just gonna check the date here.
I just gotta piss real quick.
Yeah, no worries. In August of 2015. So I'll go back around the horn here. What is Kendra up to in August of 2015? We'll say she's been an agent of Delta Green now for probably 2 or 3 years. And you can also tell me if there's something like a loose end that you wanted to look into. You guys have access to like Delta Green information now. So you could potentially look into like loose threads that you wanted to know about, or simple questions you might have that they could potentially answer.
All right. First of all, because it's still itching at the back of her head, the main question about the whole operation that got her into Delta Green in the first place is Rai Young Chol still out there?
Okay.
In a living or unliving or somewhere in between sort of state.
Okay. Yeah, why don't you give me this will just be a bureaucracy roll. Or actually bureaucracy or search. To basically find out through Delta Green channels about this.
We'll give bureaucracy a chance. That's a success.
Nice. As far as you know, the really weird guy you encountered in the sub basement, his name was Mr. Tripp.
Mr. Tripp.
This is his name. He becomes your case officer. And
Great.
Yeah, he's a creepy guy, but you learn that he's just kind of a weird fellow. Like, he's not really malicious. He kind of has like a weird dark sense of humor, and he has really uncomfortable like fits of laughter sometimes when he's talking, but he's not like malicious in any way.
I mean, I guess some amount of screws loose kind of comes with the territory.
Yep. And yeah, we'll say that he sort of walks you through like the information that they have. It's very much on like a need to know basis, but he briefs you that there was some sort of vector for the unnatural that manifested in some sort of unnatural entity that seemingly assumed from what the intelligence that they have, seemingly assumed Rai's identity for a period of 6 months, during which seemed to have disposed of her body somewhere along the Han River. After which this entity moved on to a new target seemingly killed another individual and assumed their identity. And somewhere along the chain, they hypothesized that this entity killed Kai Young Chol, assumed his identity, and seemingly followed you to the airport in a new person's stolen visage and was trying to assimilate you as well.
Shit.
It seems like the North Korean angle was just like an opportunist party here that exposed like a deeper unnatural threat.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's fucking creepy.
Yeah, hence the the no heat signature from the photo that you saw. It's sort of unclear what this entity's motive was, other than to just kill and assimilate. But it was just moving through society, just stealing people's identities.
It's kind of giving me outsider vibes.
Yeah, it is kind of like Outsider, actually.
Sheesh. Okay. Well, yikes. That's a lot scarier when I know that it was a literal fucking monster.
Can you imagine if it got to you in the airport?
Yeah, yikes. Holy shit. Okay. Have to spend another 5 sessions introducing this character. The next character. Or I just play as the entity.
That's true. Yeah, and it for some reason they're not sure if the sunglasses had anything to do with it, but that seemed to be an object that seemed to be totemic for this entity. Like it would wear them in whatever body it swapped into. It's very odd.
It did just like the sunglasses.
Yeah, it seemed like they broke and it repaired it for some reason.
It's funny. All right, very, very cool. I mean, this was kind of just part of like my character building stuff, but I had mentioned that she had been taking self-defense lessons and like Krav Maga and stuff. Definitely take it a lot more seriously getting into Delta Green, knowing that she's gonna be potentially in the field a lot more. Making her combat ready if it comes to it.
Nice, I like that. Yeah, I almost imagine a scene of like, because your concept art has you wearing an Apple Watch, which I think is funny. So I'm just imagining a shot of the Apple Watch being like, your heart is too stressed out. As you're like tossing some dude on the mat. There's like a thud as this like huge hulking dude just is like thrown into a submission hold by you. That's awesome. Is she still living in Maryland? Or has she moved?
I mean, I guess she kind of just gets shipped out to wherever, right?
Yeah. From what you can gather, it seems like this program has like some defense budget, like secret line items that they fund things with.
Maybe it's time to move back a little closer to home. I think she's definitely grown up a little bit more, or matured in a lot of ways. So, I'm sure at this point, her parents are probably pretty elderly, or getting to become pretty elderly.
Yeah.
So she'll like be probably move back to New York and visit them every once in a while.
Awesome. So she's probably in one of like the suburbs outside.
Yeah.
Cool.
Not too dissimilar to she moves into Reagan Jones's old house.
Actually, I was gonna say she's like Harold's neighbor. Just coincidentally.
Howdy, neighbor.
Who's this old guy next to me? What are all these dogs?
Welcome to the neighborhood. It's lovely to have you.
I love his voice. It's perfect.
Blake will she'll cook up a lasagna. You come over for dinner.
That'd be so goofy. We all just
Blake's
have
my wife. By the
we
way.
become a new cell, and it's like, wait, we already all know each other.
Wait, we're neighbors. That's awesome.
It's a lovely neighborhood in upstate New York.
All right, and where is Jack in August of 2015? If you're here, Ryan.
Jack? Off doing something. Get it?
Oh
Yes.
no.
Another jack
Hello?
off.
Can you
No,
hear
we
me?
cannot hear you.
And not if you can hear me.
Oh, such a great song. All right, we'll go to Harold in the meantime then.
You're...
What is Harold up to in August of 2015?
So how long after that is this?
This is 2 years later. So after that incident occurred, you didn't receive any word from anyone on your device. You have no idea.
Did I report what happened to the thing that got taken and what was taken?
Yeah, I mean, you tell me. Would you have reported that, or would you have just like forgot to have done it?
I would have reported all of it, including whatever that fucking laughing shit was.
Yeah.
And I would have made it sound like I escaped in like the coolest way possible. Not that they probably care, but like it was pretty cool for a 73-year-old man to break out of it like that.
Yeah, honestly, like pretty metal. Yeah, you send them all that information and they don't respond to you.
Good riddance. I get my hand fixed up by a personal friend, probably, over this time period. And I think I just try to go back to the dogs, or did we sell the dogs? Are we still doing the dogs? I forget.
I think we said you were gonna bring in like help because for the
I
dogs.
need some severe assistance.
Yeah, so
Age.
so who is the person that comes in to help you?
Can I just make up a name?
Yeah.
Ooh. Donald Fisher.
Donald Fisher.
He's a bit young. He's like fresh out of veterinary school, and he's got a lot of good energy. I think he's doing a good job thus far, and he could take it over if I ever don't have the energy to run this place anymore. A good successor, if you will.
Yeah, we'll say at some point you come back and he's just like very like a very calm, like gentle guy, and he's just like herding these dogs together and taking care of them on like a highly individual basis. Like he's very just skilled at his job. He knows animal medicine like the back of his hand. And I mean, for all intents and purposes, like you could retire soon and just leave that for him, but maybe there's something that is still keeping you working. Or do you think Harold would have fully retired by now?
I don't think he's got it in him. I think he's like tried to take a step back from the dog stuff a couple times, and like each time he gets himself right back into it, and even to the point where maybe Donald is like, come on, man, relax, like stop pushing yourself so much. You're gonna like hurt yourself working this hard at this age. 'Cause he's like 75 now.
Yeah,
so like,
he's really getting up there. This is crazy.
I would say it's definitely a possibility that he keeps putting his nose not necessarily where it needs to be anymore. This place is running fairly well without him, but just keeps dropping by, keeps doing little bits here and there.
Okay, perfect. And are you there, Ryan?
Yeah, is my mic working now?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, yeah, cool.
So we're 2 years now into Jack working for Delta Green.
Mhm.
Where do you think he's at in life in 2015 August?
I think he's tracking down Caleb's character because he started digging into why Richard really died.
Oh, okay.
I think he'll track down all the leads in the previous Delta Green members and see if he can find any of them.
Let's go. All right.
So
This is going to be fun. So you can either give me a bureaucracy or a search roll.
bureaucracy or search roll? Or search? Okay. What? Okay, that's fine. Takes 2 years.
Yeah, so at some point Kelly comes up and she's like, look, I know you're trying, but you're looking in the cowboy years. Pre-2001, there wasn't any organizational structure like there is now. It was cell-based. You would have a cell leader, there'd be a letter for your cell, you'd have a name based on that letter, and there were very little records from 1970 to 2001, so whatever you're looking...
There has to be something, though. There can't be nothing.
That's tough. I mean, do you know... I'm trying to think how I could help you here.
Well, are there any at least records of previous Delta Green agents, Kelly?
Yeah, but we don't have their real
files.
We don't have their real names. At least the ones from New York. I guess there was some rogue agent in the early 2000s that destroyed a lot of records. But I'll see if I can help you. And she's going to make a roll to see if she can find something. Because I think that's fun. And nope.
No, she doesn't either.
Nope. But even with a failure, she does find an address. And she's like... It looks like, I mean, the only piece of paperwork I have, what is it? You said August 1995?
Something like that.
Okay. Well, I found this insert, and she pulls out this piece of paper, and it's an invoice for a storage unit.
Storage. Richard have any storage? Let's see if I can talk to the storage unit manager and maybe you can get some information out of him. Thanks, Kelly. I appreciate it.
Yeah. No problem. And what piques your interest too is the storage unit. It's made out to Dr. Marvin Bloom, and so that immediately piques your interest. That was Agent Marcus's real name that you found.
Yes. But I didn't know. I like Jack doesn't know.
No, he does not. But you do know that he was. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
He was at the FBI the same because he was like the director or whatever and he pulled Richard into Delta Green.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I'll look up personnel files for Marvin Bloom and see if any scraps were missed in there. Like maybe he shredded all of the Delta Green files, but he didn't shred any of his like legitimate personnel files.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, why don't you give me another bureaucracy or search to see if you can go through the FBI databases on this. Oh, critical.
Oh, let's go.
Okay, because you rolled a 1, that is so rare. That is insanely rare.
I only need like scraps of information. Don't give me like his personnel file.
No. I'm gonna say the following. You actually encountered this issue where they were trying to digitize all the files.
Yeah.
And he was actively trying to destroy the files or mislabel them. His primary method was mislabeling them so that they would be lost in like the millions of different files and just disappear. Yep. But the thing is, you find that needle in the haystack and you come to this file that it seems to list like FBI forensic techs that are hired on like a per diem basis. This is how he was sort of trying to get these agents onto the case and not rouse any suspicions. And because you rolled a 1, you find the military personnel file of Reagan Rattlesnake Jones as an operator under Richard Levsner. You find a Dr. Vigo Halvor, who seemed to have been like a scientist or a defense contractor. You find a Harold Burton, who seemed to have been like a veterinary clinician. And you just find them all like digitized in like a very chaotic way. Like it seems like the rotor just like found these weird files and attached them at the end of this like thousands of pages long document in the mid to late 90s and didn't think about it. But just through intensive work, you've found the evidence you're looking for.
Richard, what kind of shit were you up to? I even remember this time period. It's fucking. We had trainings on trainings about digitizing this Marvin Bloom guy. Must have been a higher up at the time. All right, well. So he writes down, and he'll go over birth and death records for all of them because he knows that Reagan Jones was the suspected bomber of the McAllister. But he hasn't heard of Vigo or Harold.
Yeah, he finds that Vigo passed away in the explosion in 1995, according to public record. And you don't find a death date for Harold. In fact, searching through just like basic Google, you find Harold Burton lives in a suburb outside the city with a woman named Blake Waters. You find that they're legally married and that he owns some sort of dog sanctuary. You find a man at the dog sanctuary, like he has a LinkedIn profile. His name is Donald Fisher. And you see he just posts like pictures with the dogs, and and pictures with Harold and Blake. And he looks like an older dude, like mid to late 70s.
I'm going to head to Harold's address with the invoice to the storage unit in hand.
I love this. This is sick. Yeah, so we'll say you head there. It's a house and his place of business, you find. It's like built up with this huge enclosure that's a dog sanctuary. And when you walk up, there's like this tall dude that answers the door. He opens it. He's like handsome and like but looks very crunchy granola. Like he's got a long beard and just like he's got like earrings for some reason and like a Life is Good shirt on. And his hands are just like super dirty and like filled with hair and shit. And he's just like, can I help you?
Yeah, is a Harold here?
Oh, yeah. Are you, do you have a dog out back?
No, I think he knew my friend, how many years ago? Like 10, 15 years ago. And, you know, I just wanted to catch up with someone that knew him and talk about him for a while.
Oh, shit. All right. Hey, Harold. And he calls out and,
What?
you got a old buddy at the door.
I doubt it.
That's Richard Levsner.
Oh shit.
Tell him to come back later.
I can hear you. Come on.
Come back later.
Talk to your old buddy.
I don't.
We forgot something at the storage unit.
Who are you?
Come on down. We're just chatting.
This would seem so scary to him.
I don't know. I don't know who you are.
Hey, listen, buddy. I don't think he
All
knows
I know
you.
is Richard Levins is dead.
I was Richard's partner in the FBI. My name is Jack.
Well,
you know Danny?
Richard and I did not talk very much about his personal life.
Can you just stop shouting down from the back of the building?
Fine,
walk out here
fine.
like a civilized person?
He comes down, but he absolutely is bringing his shotgun.
That's fine.
See an old dude with a shotgun just slowly making his way towards you.
You say you knew Richard?
Yeah, here's my FBI creds, and he pulls out his badge.
Hey, put those away. Put those away. Put those away. I don't care. What do you want?
No. I want to know about my friend.
Well, like I said, you didn't share much. What kind of stuff you looking to know about him?
I want to know what happened that August.
Oof. Well,
you say oof. You say oof.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
That's hilarious. And Jack
No doubt.
Jack immediately goes, "Oh, that ain't good."
No, it something I try not to think about too much. Why don't you come in and grab it? Let's grab a drink. What can I get you?
Just grab me a water and you can.
Water. You're
with
gonna
less-
want something stronger, I promise.
Oh, give me a whiskey and maybe some less buckshot with that. Thank you very much. And he points at the shotgun.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Let me put this thing down. Force I have it. You know, gotta be careful. These things are weirder than I ever think they're gonna be. I swear to God, Richard would have known that. He would have agreed with it wholeheartedly. Where to start? Richard. Well, we were on assignment together. Although he wasn't called Richard at the time. Called him, shit, what was it?
Maynard.
Called him Maynard. That's the nature of the company that we were working for at the time.
It wasn't a company, was it? He pulls out the receipt, the invoice.
How, it may be better to start with how much you know, so I don't have to recap everything. This old age is getting to
Let's
me.
just say the baton has been passed.
You sure you want to do that?
It was either that or they kill me.
All
And he
right.
shrugs.
I mean, that's why I have to keep going back. All right. Well, we were part of Delta Green, which I assume you're familiar with.
You know,
We were tasked to go look into this weird murder case, disappearance, beautiful woman gone, I suppose. We investigated the building. We had a couple other partners. I don't know if you know any of them, but you know, decent people, I guess. Well, basically, they they found a door to something that, let's just say, holy. I don't know what it is, but I wanted nothing to do with it. Some of them went in.
none of
They
them
all
came
came
out.
out. No, they all came back out the first time, but then they thought it was a good idea to go back. I don't know. Tried to warn them. I tried to tell them that was a bad idea. They didn't listen, and I am ashamed to admit it, but we blew the building after they went in and didn't come out for too long.
You guys were up to some freaky shit. Even by today's standards.
I mean, you know what they say about organizations like this. They never stop. And you never know as much as you could. But why are you looking into this? Is it something? What's going on?
Richard was my partner for multiple years. And he asked me to do some weird shit now that I'm looking back on it. Makes more sense. He had me look into a couple weird one-off requests, but
Oh yeah, he was a weird dude.
one day up and disappeared. So spent
Yeah,
multiple years trying to figure out what happened, and only because I'm where I am now, I was able to at least find your name.
I mean,
really shit records. I mean, really shit records. There's nothing about what happened.
listen, I'm surprised you were able to find my name. I thought they erased it from everything after that shithole. At least that's what they told me they were gonna do. What's the face there?
It was an accounting error, a administrative mess up that led me to you. He did that Marvin Bloom guy. He didn't actually delete files. He just renamed them, shuffled some words around. Took me quite a while, but I found you and Vigo and that Reagan guy, which I'm assuming was not how he was portrayed in the media at the time.
No, whatever they said about any of them wasn't true. I mean, why would it be? They were supposed to be like invisible. I regret to inform you that they all met the same fate that day.
I think Jack takes a big swig of whiskey at that.
Yeah, I told you you want something hotter.
Yeah, well, you were right. and
Usually am.
hey, part of the job, I guess.
Yeah,
How
I mean,
glamorous one.
I'll be honest, kid. I would stay away from this unless they're making you do it.
I'm pretty sure we can't leave after you've got initiated.
Sure, but have they put you on the case yet?
Been on it for around 2 years now. I've been in this shit.
Yeah, but are they assigning you to this, or are you just taking this up on your own time?
Oh, I'm taking this up on my own time.
Yeah, that'll get you killed.
Things are a little bit different. Wasn't as it's not as gung ho as it was when you were truly active.
Your friend, the reason he's dead is because he was fucking curious. Okay? Curiosity gets you killed. There's a reason they say that about the cats.
Is that why you take care of dogs?
Yeah, they're stupid animals. They're not curious. I mean, in comparison to a cat, wants to knock shit off of tables. A dog barely understands what a table is. It's easy to keep them out there.
I appreciate it, Harold. I wasn't expecting to find closure, but I did. And I sort of spin the whiskey glass on the coffee table.
Is this closure? Okay. If this
Closure
works, I would recommend dropping it.
If you ever find yourself in need of something, just let me know. I still work at the FBI. Been working there since Richard passed. So.
Well, I mean, I guess I got one thing. I don't know if I'd call it an altercation, but he showed me
the storage unit in West.
Storage units thing.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I sort of passed it over to you again.
Yeah, last time I thought about that place. Oh God. They had me go check it out a couple of years back. You know,
what is it? What is the
storage
unit?
Stuff. The storage unit? What do you mean?
I mean, yes, that much is true, but why a storage unit? I mean, even the people in Delta Green out, no records were kept from when you guys were active. All we have is this, like, what's in the storage unit? Why is this seemingly important to you guys? Or was it important?
It's not important to me. If I could never see it again, I would. But it seems to follow me around. They sent me to go investigate after some alarms were set off at the place, the storage unit, and I went. I talked to the guy at the security gate, and he, very helpful, lovely young man. Showed me the security footage and everything. I was able somehow to track down this fellow who broke into our storage unit, and unfortunately he caught on to me pretty quick, I guess, and well, he took out some guns, and he zip tied me in a bathroom. Then there was a lot of explosion noises, kind of like gunfire, but like I didn't look like gunfire. He kind of shudders a little bit at that statement. I was able to heroically escape out the window. But whatever got into that building, whatever it was, those guys weren't anymore, at least. The kid named Evan, chunky kid, seemed to just be taking orders from the other kid, Tom. Seemed to have some, like, almost personal vendetta or something. But I don't know.
You get their last names, Tom and a what?
It was what was it? I don't think I got
They
their
actually
last
give you
names.
their last names. That'd be unheard
No,
of. It's kind
just
of breaking the
Evan and
rules.
Thomas. I kind of snuck it, just hearing them chatting.
Give it a description. Also, how far do you want to be involved in this? Because
I mean,
we could
listen.
get the whole current cadre of Delta Green on this if you
If
really want to, but it seems like you want out.
if I get called, I don't have a lot of choices. Is all I can say. But personally, I'm gonna stay out of it as long as I can. But you stay safe. Don't get yourself killed.
So if I wander over to the storage unit and see that there's a potential break-in, there's some reasonable cause for me to investigate and bring this up to Delta Green, without your involvement, of course.
Hey, I reported what I saw to them. They didn't seem to really care. At least they didn't get back to me.
I'll run up the chain, see what I can find. Try to keep you with minimal exposure.
Yeah, you can hit my line if you will. I will. No, that's all right. That's yeah. I'm really really sorry about your friend.
I mean, that was years ago now. Plus, it seemed like you worked with him more than me most of the time. I mean, felt like he was never actually at work. You know, he was always doing his side thing, which I guess now I know why he was freaked out all the time.
Yeah, he had a good reason.
He did. All right, I'm gonna get out of your hair. You seem like you have a lot of dogs to take care of. He kind of just looks around at your house / business. Interesting retirement you got here, Harold. But seriously, if you need anything else, let me know.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Stay safe.
Yeah, and I put a business card on the coffee table and walk out.
Oh man, I love it. I think that was one of my favorite scenes of this campaign so far. Just like coming.
Sweating.
It's Richard Lesnar at the door. Oh, fuck.
Dude, I got chills. There were a couple times I got chills during that conversation. Just crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I love how Harold is just like, stay away from it. Don't investigate.
You get yourself killed, you kid.
You get yourself killed.
You know, that's what they say about cats. Is that why you take care of dogs?
I'm trying to harness my like hardest ramble possible.
You're doing a really good job. That was great.
Yeah, that was an awesome scene.
I'm gonna head back to Kelly and sort of dig up his his like report that he put in and try to figure out why it didn't go anywhere.
Okay. Which report you're talking about?
The break into the unit that was seemingly ignored by Delta Green.
Oh, yeah. She sort of like, you sort of show her a phone picture of like the pager, and she's like,
Mm-hmm.
We don't use pagers anymore to communicate.
So he sent a report in through a pager? Question mark? I'm confused.
Yeah, so when you were talking to, we'll say when you were talking to him at his house earlier, he was communicating with someone through a pager. And Kelly is like, and you show, basically like you show her.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
and then
and
we don't use pagers anymore, so who is communicating with, right? Is that the...
Yeah, and she's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of, cells from back in the day, cowboys, you know, operating outside of the special access program, but those cells are illegal.
Oh, really?
Well, he was talking to someone, and these haven't been used in forever. So either we got a breach, someone got a hold of a pager, or there's something else going on.
Yeah, I mean, could be a cell of cowboys, or could very well be. I mean, if what you told me is true and he was attacked, it could be an outside party that was trying to capture one of our agents.
Is this something we escalate?
Yeah, I'll take care of it. Meanwhile, I need some kind of proof that this guy was ours, because I don't have a single personnel file on Harold Burton. I don't know who this guy is.
Yo, what's this girl's clearance? She ain't know nothing. The Harold, the legend himself.
You're talking about the Mastiff?
It seems like he confirmed that they didn't keep documentation, but he did confirm this storage unit had artifacts. So, I mean, if what he says is true, we go there, and if we find one, altercation, two, some relics that were collected years ago, then, I mean, who else would know about that?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go and take a look, be my guest. I mean, we're talking about the Stone Age here. I didn't even think that green boxes were a thing. I mean, I thought that was a joke, that they would rent a storage unit and put a bunch of unnatural artifacts in it. I mean, that just seems blockheaded to me.
This girl's a clown. She'll know nothing.
She's not OG.
I mean, he's still part of Delta Green. If you really wanted to verify his identity, you can call up his handler. You can try to send it through channels, and he'll have to respond. He's gonna know it was me, but he'll respond to the request.
Look, I need to figure out if he is gonna play nice or play hard to get. A lot of these older guys, they're not used to playing by government rules. They're used to a sloppy and haphazard conspiracy that existed for 30 years.
I'm quite sure he just doesn't want to be a part of it anymore. He seemed pretty loose-lipped from what, after I'm just telling him I was Richard's friend. So I think he's just an old guy that had a storied past.
And what did you tell him?
I was Richard's friend. That I was investigating why he died.
Okay. Look. You can look into this all you want. But it seems like you both have gotten enough closure for this moment. So, let's not go digging up too many old graves.
That's what I was telling him too. I got closure. That's all I needed to get. However, this storage unit thing, this seems something we need to escalate. We don't have to contact Harold again, but we can open our own line of inquiry into some related events.
I agree. I'll run it up the chain. And she just turns around. She has like all these different interfaces on her computer rig, and she's like typing away. And I'm gonna end here with one final scene. This same thing is gonna happen across all of your different storylines here. I'll start with Kendra though. If you're here, Seth.
Of course.
Hell yeah. So Kendra is at her house when she receives a FedEx package on her front doorstep. It's addressed to her, and the last name of the sender is Green.
Okay. I think she knows what this means. Open it up.
Okay, we quickly cut to another scene of Harold Burton at his dog sanctuary. Donald comes over with the same package, and he's like, Harold, I think you got mail. This must be from your buddy that came in the other day.
Oh god, I told him I wanted to be left out of it. All right, bring it upstairs to the living room.
He brings it up and he opens it up for you. Simultaneously, we see Jack Holloway receive a FedEx package. It's on the stoop of your apartment. And all of you open up this package. And inside of it, you see the following invitation. I'm going to put this on the evidence board. And it's right here. And Seth, I'll have you read that if you can see it zoomed in.
Okay. Gotta clear some. Please join us to celebrate the 51st birthday of our friend. Oh god. My cursive reading.
Something.
Zaloni? Is that a Z?
Zelony? Zelony?
Richard Zaloni.
I think it's
Okay.
Zaloni.
Okay, I just want I'm not confident in my cursive reading. Richard Zaloni at the Gateway Bridges Restaurant, 9011 Potash Street, Boston, Massachusetts, 02121, and then a phone number.
Yeah, so I'll start with Kendra. I'll just ask you guys just quickly, like, what do you do with this? Do you make preparations to go to Boston?
I would say so, yep. I think at this point, working with them for a couple of years, she's used to weird stuff.
Did it say anything? Has there been a standardized, like, notification that it's a legitimate Delta Green operation? Because this is just a piece of mail.
It is. Yeah, so why don't you give me a forensics roll?
Yes, let's go. Suspicious. Forensics.
Critical.
Yes, let's go. That's on it.
Okay. So you notice a couple things. One, it has the Delta Green triangle at the top. So it seems to be an official, at least it's trying to come across like it's an official invitation to like an operation. And you've seen weird things like this in your time of like, you know, sometimes they'll post like an ad in the paper that'll have specific words, or like you'll get an email that looks like a fake email, but it has actual information in it when you follow a link. They try to disguise it pretty well. With a critical success, though, the thing that you notice is it appears as though there are like odd flourishes in a lot of the characters. For example, you can actually see this on here. There are these weird dots above specific letters.
What the fuck, Tyler?
And there appears to be like a corner of it that's like coming up. Like there's something.
Wait a minute, you're right.
Yeah.
Hey yo.
Hey yo, H-E-L-E. Oh, fucking help me up!
And that's where we're gonna leave off for tonight.